down, find a comfortable seat. Let's take a few deep breaths into the belly. Spine is erect and relaxed. Tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and then 3 Oms. Let's bring the palms together and rub them briskly. Feel the energy moving to your hands. It manifests in the form of heat. There's something more subtle going on as we stimulate the nerve endings. Heart center with the base of the thumbs. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. And relax the hands down. Just going to do a couple minutes of breath of fire to prime our breath before we get started. So palms up on the knees. Let's touch our ring finger and thumb tip together. Ravi Mudra. This invokes the energy of the sun. Eyes closed. Look towards your third eye and breath of fire. Working towards equality of breath, inhaling diaphragm out, exhaling, compressing the navel point. Mentally vibrating Sat as we inhale, Nam as we exhale. Inhale. Hold, squeeze. Exhale, relax. Just say to ourselves that we will be mindful as we practice. I will be mindful as I practice. Do a couple of Surya Namaskar A's. Come standing. Come to the top of your mat. Samastiti. So big toes together, heels slightly apart, slight bend in the knees. Feel your ground, press into all four corners of your feet. Feel strong in the legs. This is leg day. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tailbone to the sky, down dog, 5 breaths. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Flat back. Fold. Inhale, look up. Center line. 2 full breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Flat back, inhale. Plant the palms, exhale, step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Pedal out the legs. Step or hop to the front. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gather the arms up over the head. Exhale, center line. A couple breaths. Arms come down, heart center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, very controlled, lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog, last time here, 5 breaths. Step or hop to the front of the mat, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, palms together down that center line. 2 breaths. Relax the arms. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward from the hips, keeping our spine straight until we feel a catch and reach down. And if you can, grab your big toes, do. If not, just put your hands on your legs wherever they go. Feel strong in your feet. Press into all 4 corners of each foot. Feel grounded. Inhale, come up. Exhale, we fold again. And this time, if you can, bring your fingers underneath your toes. So we're just standing on our hands, standing on the fingers. Work to straighten the legs and the spine. But again, if that doesn't work, one way you can sort of help separate the rib cage and the hips is pressing your base of your palms into your hip crease, pressing the legs away and just elongating the spine. Really fire your quads. Inhale, look up. Exhale, center line. Just take a couple breaths here. In this practice, we're going to be doing different poses, but we're going to start facing one direction and we're going to pivot the other. So we start stepping our right foot back towards the back edge of our mat and make it parallel to the long edge. Setting ourselves up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So that back foot is, some people will have it parallel with the short edge, other people will have it facing slightly forward, just whatever your knee likes. Personally, I have mine at a little bit of an angle, but we're keeping our lower body in a triangle. Inhale, arms go straight out. For this first one, our hips are parallel to the long edge of the mat. And exhale, really lean forward, leading with that front arm until you feel your hips catch, and then bend into the side and look up. We're keeping the heart open here. Breathe. Your gaze can be up towards that top thumb. Really squeeze your inner thighs towards each other a little bit. This activates your legs and creates space for your low spine. Inhale, come up slowly. Arms stay out. Or just pivot the feet towards the other edge of the mat. Check your alignment. And then inhale. Exhale, lead with that front arm. And come down. Heart stays open. Gaze looks up. Beautiful extension of the side body. Inhale, come up. Lower the arms. We'll pivot back towards the other edge of the mat. Step that back foot forward just a little bit. Make your hips parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, both arms go up. Exhale, take your left, twist towards the right and take your left hand to the outside of the right thigh. And if you can open up to a twisted triangle here, great. If not, you can drop that right hand behind your back and just look up. You'll see it in pictures where people are all the way down on the ground in a twist here. If you can do that, great. Just go to where it's comfortable. Keep it available. Weight is really into all four corners of both of your feet. This keeps us grounded and makes the legs strong. Inhale, unwind. Arms up. Pivot around. Hips parallel to the short edge of the mat. And on an exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right hand to the outside of that left foot or left knee. or however it goes. Really feeling this in the left side body, feeling a gentle compression of the spine and twisting. Inhale, come up. Relax the arms. Face the long edge of your mat for a moment, hands at your sides. Just take a couple breaths. Pivot towards the back edge of your mat again. So your right foot is forward. Strong bend in that right knee, and you can step that left foot back for extended side angle. So really feel the separation in the groin. Your hips are facing the long edge of the mat. Bring your right hand to the knee. Inhale, left arm goes up. And exhale, just start to bend forward or bend towards that right knee, keeping the heart open. We're not tracking forward or back, staying in that beautiful side line. We should be able to lift that front arm up so we're not throwing too much weight. Inhale, come up and center. Drop the arms down and we'll pivot around. Strong bend in that left knee. Separation of groin. Bring your hand to the left knee. Arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend into that side body. Feeling that extension from pinky toe to pinky. Squeezing the inner thighs together just a little bit. This helps us keep our legs active. Protects our knees. Inhale, come up. And pivot around again to the back edge of our mat. Strong bend in that right knee. Drop the back knee. So we're in a sort of low lunge looking thing. Palms together at heart center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, twist to the right and lock that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Just look to the right and breathe. Twisted side angle. Inhale, release, keep the palms together, center, and just pivot around to the opposite side if you can. If not, use your hands. And look up and twist. Twisting to the left this time. Inhale, come center, release the hands. Come up, facing the long edge of your mat. Keep the legs wide. Again, just take a couple breaths here. Feel your feet. If you need to come center with the legs closer and shake the legs out a couple times, that's completely acceptable. So with the legs wide, heels a little bit further out than the big toes. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. And once you feel your hamstrings catch and your spine needs to round, you can bring a slight bend to the knees, and then fingertips into the ground, pressing up and really elongating the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward from the hips again, this time keeping your hands on the hip crease, and just go to where you feel yourself starting to round the spine and pause. Slight bend in the knees. If your knees feel pressure, you can flex the toes up. Inhale up. Reach around behind your back, interlace your fingers. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward with your hands behind your back. And just go to your natural edge and let your hands come up and pressure the shoulders, the back of the shoulder blades. Ideally, the lower 2/3 of your shoulder blades are drawing near each other here, opening the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Heel toe your feet towards each other. It's one of my favorite motions in yoga. Out of everything, I love heel toeing so much. Step to the front edge of your mat. Take a couple breaths. Press into all four corners of your feet. Feel strong in the legs. We're going to reach around behind our back and either grab opposite elbows, or if you can do reverse prayer, go for reverse prayer. But not everybody can do bringing the palms together behind the back. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You're going to take that right foot and step it back for shortened sort of triangle pose. We're not going at the widest stance. The back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Little point forward, and hips parallel to the short edge of the mat, actually. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward over that front leg. The leg stays straight, maybe a slight bend in the knee. Inhale, come up. Pivot around. Hips parallel to the short edge. Look up on an inhale. And fold. Inhale, come up. Step your feet together. Arms relaxed at your sides. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms go up overhead, look up. We're just going to sit down into our chair. So we're pressing the tailbone away, strong bend in the knees. They could call this pre-torque pose. Gaze is upward. Really fire your quads here, intentionalizing the strength of your legs. Inhale, press up. And exhale, relax. Just take a few breaths. We'll come sit and do a little meditation in between. It's that mantra I sent you yesterday. Which I need to pull it up because I don't exactly remember it. Yes, Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. We're going to do it 3 times in one breath. And you can kind of whisper it, or you can chant it out loud, which you have roommates. And sometimes people feel weird about chanting with roommates. But personally, I get like, when I was ski bumming a couple years ago, I was like in very public places, and my sadhana was like 31 minutes of chanting, and I would just close my eyes and do it with headphones on, and like, I know people were probably walking by me like, what? It's like, this is important work, man. It may not look like it, but it really is. So this is the meditation to keep you steady and on the path. And I kind of chose this because of what we were talking about, how, it's like, how do we live consciously and not have an existential crisis? And like, part of that is just staying our path and staying true to ourselves, and knowing that we can only affect what we have, and everything else is kind of up to the universe. So we have to be content in our own selves and know that we're doing good, and just that's enough. Like, outside of that, it's very much so overwhelming to a point of yes. We'll just say yes. So we're bringing our arms out in front of us. The palms are touching it very much so looks like this. Yeah, so the palms and the elbows come together. The left hand is on top. And it's going to be in a very monotone. The voice can be soft or powerful. But again, it's Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. Close the eyes and then open them just a sliver and look at the tip of your nose. Sorry, I'm getting my timer up. Inhale. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. Really feel how the tongue strikes the upper palate of your mouth with this mantra. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari. Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari. 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 Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari 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 Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Whoa. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari 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 Last time. Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari Harinam Satnam Harinam Hari Harinam Satnam Satnam Hari Inhale. Raise your arms up, 60-degree angle, palm towards each other, hold the breath, engage up on your root. And exhale, palms together, center line. Shake out your hands a little bit. It's funny how much passive endurance you'll get from some of these Kundalini meditations, just from like, oh boy, holding my arms like this for 5 minutes is quite difficult, actually. So we'll come stand. We're going to start. This Kriya is called self-adjustment of the spine, but it really is part balance, part squat. And there's a little bit of side opening too. And there's actually an exercise in here that's a lot like twerking. It's kind of fun. But we're going to start with tree pose. So if you're with tree, I like to just we're going to start putting the weight into our left foot and bring the right heel up, press into the right toes, the right foot up against the left ankle. Just slowly start to walk that foot up the leg until it's comfortable. Watch for pressure in the knees. And Ideally, like we stay away from the knees, so it's either down on the calves or up on the thigh, or you can even lock it in half lotus. And our hands are in prayer, heart center. You can either close the eyes or just pick a point about 5 feet in front of you and fix your gaze on the floor. Breathe long and deep. Just really feel the strength of your left leg here. Any balanced posture is great for building passive strength and toning the muscles. It's not the fastest path, but it is very, very safe. Whew. Until you almost fall over. Connect to that deepest breath you can manage here. Elongating the spine, feeling that separation of rib cage and hips. And of course, take breaks when you need. We're about 4 minutes on each side today. And now keep the palms together. Bring them up overhead. This adds an extra level of balance. And we're keeping the tree pose. If you can, just come back to it when you can. Don't force it. Just allow it. Same leg. So, it's one thing with tree, it really helps you feel all 4 corners of your foot that's down. And if you're tend to point your toes in or out, it makes you hyper aware of that. If you have them parallel, the balance tends to be a little stronger. When they point out or in, we tend to be it's a training of the body and the mind. This is a fun Kriya to teach beginners because just watching them fall all over the room. Which idea, the palms are together and pressing up, but do what you got to do to stay balanced. Some people even bring their arms out to the side, and that is okay. 40 more seconds here. Feel your glutes, your quads, your calves, your shins. All of the legs should be firing here. Inhale. Exhale, relax down. Step your feet out a few times. Maybe take that left leg out and shake it. Reach back and stretch it behind you. And out to the side. I skipped the balance postures in the other sequence because I figured we were doing enough of it here. And anything that challenges us like this is good because it's helping us expand, whether it's physically, mentally, energetically. Now we're going to do the other side. So really press into that right foot, lift your left heel up, press it into the calf, see where you're at, and if you can, bring it up to the thigh. Palms together at your heart center in Jali Mudra, which at the deepest level you can do half lotus with this, but this is very much so a knee sensitivity thing. If you have sensitive knees, never do that. Palms at heart center will help keep the balance. Just to fix your gaze on the ground right in front of you. Breath is stable and even, deep into the diaphragm. Feel all four edges of your bottom foot. Press into them strongly. Really connect to that Ujjayi breath. It's creating that hollow sound in your head. Mentally vibrating Sat as we inhale, Nam as we exhale. Staying in tree. Bringing the arms up overhead, palms together. So keeping the prayer, arms go straight up. But if you need to bring your arms out to your side, just adjust yourself as we go. See, toothpicking tree pose isn't the easiest thing. But facing these simple challenges with intention makes it easier for us to face our challenges in life, to keep our balance, to be secure and stable. The physical translates. Just pick a point and fix your gaze. And when you got a break, that's okay. If you start to feel shakiness, that is a good thing generally. It means that we're firing new neural pathways. Less than a minute remaining. Woo! Yeah, carpets kind of do these things a disservice. So do thick yoga mats. Last 30 seconds. Ten. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Oh boy. Even doing that every day, it's not easy. I had that as my sadhana for a while, and my body was always like, what are you doing to me? It's like strengthening you, that's what. And just stretch out a little bit. Move the hips in circles, maybe. Reach back, grab that right foot. Dancer pose. Whee! Beautiful. So we're going to be doing a sort of crow squat, but not quite. Our heels are together, Our feet are pointing at about a 45-degree angle, so it should look like about a quarter of a pie chart in between your feet. Hands come to the back, the rear fontanel of your skull, which is where the hair whorl is, or that soft spot. We're going to be doing 5 seconds as we lower down and 5 seconds as we go up. We want to keep our spine erect, so if we don't make it all the way to the ground, that's okay. So it's just very intentional, 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. We'll do 21 cycles. I'm going to count. I'm going to say lower and upper and just count myself internally, so try to match my pace. But if you end up going slower or faster than me, it's okay. So let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, start to lower down. 3, 4, 5, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire your quads. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. Up. 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 Breath is powerful. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Just 2 more. Up. Down. Up. And relax. Step your feet wide. Yeah. Squats are fun. So this next part's a little funny. I think this is one of those things that the master of Kundalini Yoga is like, I'm going to troll all these white people. Legs are wide. We're folding forward, and you can bring a strong bend to the knees, grabbing the tops of our foot, and we're just bouncing our butt 11 times, coordinating the breath with the movement, and then coming up, gathering the arms up overhead, and then again lowering down, strong bend in the knees, and just bouncing the butt 11 times, and coming up, continuing that cycle. Eyes stay closed. This is strengthening the inner quadrant of the legs. Do one more cycle. Inhale, come up. Exhale. We're going to essentially be going back and forth to triangle. So your feet stay as they are. Your toes can point out a little bit. I'm going to just cue switches so arms come out parallel to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, bend over to the right side. Arm goes down the leg. Look up. And switch. 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 We're just stretching out and breathing. Switch. Switch. And come center. Heel toe the feet together. And come down to sit. Oh boy. And come lying on your back. Arms at your sides, palms up. Feet about mat width apart. Shake your hips and your rib cage in opposite directions for just a moment, sort of like a snake slithers. Shake, 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 shake. And then inhale fully. Exhale with a sigh. 2 more. Relax your feet, ankles, calf muscles, shins. Knees are soft, thighs relaxed, hips soft, spine supported and completely relaxed, abdomen soft, chest and breath completely relaxed. Your neck is soft, your face relaxed, head completely relaxed, shoulders are grounded, your arms feel heavy and are relaxed. Your whole body's completely relaxed. Your whole body is completely relaxed. Your whole body is completely relaxed. Tension melting away. Draw your awareness to your breath. Wiggle your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Roll them around. Just move. Then a full deep inhale. Channel your inner toothpick. Stretch your arms up overhead. Point your toes away. And exhale. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around them and rock side to side. Come center, lift the head. Rock back, rock forward. Come all the way up to stand. Bring our heels together, toes apart, about 45 degrees. And drop down, plant your fingers in front of your body, a couple feet. Just make sure you have a good balance. Eyes closed. We're going to inhale, butt goes up, heels stay together. And exhale, lower back down to the bum. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll do 10 frog squats. Inhale, come up, forward fold, feet parallel, dangle the arms. Breathe. Inhale, look up. Exhale, center line, palms together. Let's take a few breaths. We'll seal with 3 Satnams and an Om. Satnam. 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 May we be happy and healthy. May we feel complete in our path and know that we are doing what we must. Thank you so much for joining me today. Satnam. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Also know that we have a Patreon and we are accepting supporters. Lowest tier is $5. That keeps things like this being made, helps support this path, this studio, these teachers. Thank you for watching.